Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. JLP supporters lash MP Tufton over removal of councillor as party rep. Several supporters of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party JLP in the West Central St. Catherine constituency have lashed Member of Parliament Dr. Christopher Tufton over the removal of a sitting councillor as the party's representative for upcoming local polls. If Councillor Keith McCook has to go, then Member of Parliament Christopher Tufton has to go also, because he disrespected us by deciding to get rid of Councillor McCook without consulting us, said an irritated supporter who participated in a process in the constituency yesterday. She did not want to be named. McCook represented the Red Hills Division in the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. Telephone calls to Tufton, who is also Minister of Health and Wellness, went unanswered. McCook, who has represented the JLP since 2012, is not among the 9 councillors or councillor candidates approved by the government party in its era Council 2, Chairman Edward Warmington disclosed over a week ago. He will be replaced by Michael Archer, CEO of Archer's Funeral Home in St. Catherine. His performance was below standard. We did a poll in that division, and Mr. McCook enjoyed the support of only 25% of JLP supporters, Warmington told reporters last month. However, the demonstrators insisted that the party acted without any consultation or consideration for the opinions of the division supporters and delegates. McCook's response to the protest was clear when contacted. The people have a right to make their own decision as to who they want to represent them, and it is unconstitutional to replace a sitting councillor and put in place a caretaker councillor while he is still serving. I have served them well for 11 years and had no intention of resigning, he stated. McCook revealed that tension had been steaming for 4 years, stemming from what he said has been his refusal to be a yes man to Tufton. He did not see whether he would challenge the party's decision. The next local government elections are due by February next year. Police nab alleged robber in St. Elizabeth. The swift action of several police teams in St. Elizabeth on Wednesday led to the arrest of a robbery suspect and the recovery of cash that was allegedly taken from a bar in Santa Cruz in the parish. Reports were that about 2:15 a.m., a woman woke to strange sounds coming from a section of the premises. Shortly after, the door to her bedroom was reportedly kicked open by a man armed with a firearm. The woman was reportedly ordered to open the bar. The gunman reportedly took an undetermined sum of cash and cigarette from the establishment before escaping. A report was made to the police, and a coordinated operation was carried out by members of the Santa Cruz Mobile Patrol and the St. Elizabeth Operational Support Teams. The teams swooped in on the premises where the suspect was seen. The cash and cigarette were also recovered. He was subsequently taken into custody. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, commended his team for their quick response. Officers often carry out extraordinary acts of service while on duty, and it is only right we recognize those efforts. It's also important we show the public just how committed the officers working in their communities, stated Minto. CMO calls on relatives of social cases to collect them. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Jacqueline Bissell Mackenzie has called upon persons who have relatives in hospital who are social cases to collect them. This as she noted that hospitals are filling up with persons with viral illnesses and other conditions. With the number of dengue cases expected to increase in coming days, the CMO wants bed space to be freed up so that they can use it for persons who actually need them. Meantime, she wants persons with mild dengue not to rush to the emergency room. She urged persons accessing care at the emergency departments to be patient with the healthcare personnel assisting them.
At this time, we're not only seeing an overload from persons with viral illnesses, but this time of the year, we tend to have more persons coming in with uncontrolled, non-communicable diseases and the complications thereof. And we are pleading with persons who have relatives in hospital who are what we call social cases, meaning that they have been discharged from hospital, but they still remain in the hospital bed, preventing other persons from getting a bed. We're appealing to persons to go and take their relatives so that we can deal with some of the crowding issues that we have in hospitals. Thank you. Most people will recover within 5 to 7 days. However, there are warning signs that will indicate that you're going to severe dengue. And these warning signs tend to be that after the fever has settled, you continue to have severe symptoms, whether it is severe headaches, severe body pains, but you also have nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and there may be signs of bleeding. These are very important signs that it means that you need to seek medical advice. And you should either see your general practitioner, you can visit the health center, but if the symptoms are more severe, then you must go to the emergency department. We really do want to caution people, though, about everybody rushing to the emergency department when they only have mild symptoms. Usually, we have a good triage system, and we are able to pick up those persons that need attention right away. And so sometimes you will see people rush ahead of you. It is because we consider those to be of more of an emergency. So be patient with us in the emergency departments. This time of the year, again, people tend to become very violent, aggressive. They go into the emergency departments, they see the overcrowding. The doctors, the nurses, all the people that work in the hospitals are also overwhelmed when they have these large crowds to deal with, and to deal with the aggression on top of it really places them in a bad position.
Stekiana, alleged killer, again denied bail. Despite the arguments of his attorney, Diane Barrett, Russian partisan, the man accused of murdering social media influencer Anika Stekiana 1000 last October, was denied bail for the second time. When Patterson appeared before High Court Justice Judith Pusey in the St. James Circuit Court on Wednesday, she denied the application. On March 21, the accused had a previous bail application denied. Mrs. Barrett noted during Wednesday's application for Patterson recently obtained a no-evidence motion from the Halfway Tree Criminal Court in relation to an unrelated assault case from 2018. Patterson was accused of physically assaulting a woman in that case after flying into a jealousy rage. What has changed, my lady, is that one of the grounds that of the Crown advanced is that he has matters in Kingston. On May 18, 2023, no evidence was offered in the matter, and he was discharged on that matter, and it was in the Halfway Tree Criminal Court, Mrs. Barrett told the High Court judge. Pusey, however, denied the bail request after the prosecution raised concern that Patterson, if released on bail, would likely flee and commit new crimes, as well as the fact that she had previously refused to grant bail in another court case, reinforcing her argument against granting bail. I refused him bail there, another judge refused him bail here. So, do you think I'm going to grant him bail now? Justice Pusey asked Mrs. Barrett. Not today, my lady, but on another day when I renewed the bail application, the attorney pleaded. Meanwhile, the court was informed that the report from the Communications Forensic and Cybercrime Division was ready for disclosure to the defense, but the post-mortem report and a scene of crime statement were still pending. Pusey then ordered Patterson to be remanded until December 19. Thousands' body was found floated in the sea in Reading, St. James on October 21. A post-mortem examination determined that she was strangled, with the death occurring sometime between 11 p.m. on October 20 and 9 a.m. on October 21. According to police reports, Towson had traveled from Kingston to Montego Bay on October 20 and was later picked up by Patterson, following which they visited a restaurant in Hanover and a guest house in St. James. Sometime during the night, an argument developed between the two, following which Towson was strangled and her body disposed of. The police subsequently held Patterson during a high-level intelligence-driven police operation on November 2nd. He was charged 9 days later. Please remember to subscribe,